Major questions the Bible leaves unanswered. The Bible remains the best-selling book of all time, but to this day, scholars and theologists debate on a number of inconsistencies. Indeed, many parts of the Bible have been confirmed to be true by science. As for others, well, not quite. In fact, some parts of the Bible remain a complete mystery. Curious to learn what the biggest unanswered questions in the Bible are? Then click through. The original home of Adam and Eve, from where they were cast out by God, remains one of the mysterious locations in the Bible. It is true that the whole story can be interpreted as a metaphor, but what if one interprets it literally? Where would the Garden of Eden be located after all? We can find some hints in Genesis 2. Genesis 2:10 says that a river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and there it divided and became 4 rivers. The specific wording depends on the Bible translation, and then it mentions their names: Pishon, Gihon, Hiddekel, the Tigris, and Firat, the Euphrates. This hint has led to speculations that the Garden of Eden was located either in Mesopotamia, present-day Iraq and Kuwait, or modern-day Turkey or Armenia, though the specific location has, thus far, not been located. In Genesis 1, God creates male and female at the same time. But then, in the very next chapter, Genesis 2, God created a woman from a man's rib. Not only that, but even God himself is described as having 2 different names, Elohim in the first account, and YHWH in the second. Metaphorical interpretation aside, there are indeed 2 different versions of the creation story. Sure, these may have been an editorial mistake when putting the Bible together, but still, which story should we trust and why? Genesis 6:2 says that the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. So who were these sons of God after all? There are various interpretations of who the sons of God were. Some theories point to fallen angels, while others say they might be the descendants of Seth, one of Adam and Eve's children. The Bible, however, doesn't really tell us who they were for sure. The Ark of the Covenant, which is mentioned in both the Old and New Testaments, contains the 10 Commandments tablets. But whatever happened to such an important piece of biblical history? There is a theory that the Ark ended up in Ethiopia and it's in Aksum today, where it's guarded by a monk. Other theories point to the Ark being hidden somewhere beneath Jerusalem. To this day, no one has found it. He's Satan, right? Well, there's more to it, actually. Isaiah 14:12. 17 mentions the story of Lucifer, however. You won't find any connection to Satan or the devil, just that he's a fallen angel who is cast down to earth by God for wanting to be above him. But then Luke 10:18-20 mentions Satan falling like lightning from heaven. So, yes, it seems like Lucifer and Satan fell down from heaven, but are they the same? Some theories point to the hypothesis that Lucifer was a reference to a Babylonian ruler. Another theory says that Lucifer was simply the Latin word for morning star, but the truth is that no one knows for sure. Not much is documented in the Bible about Jesus' so-called lost years. So what was Jesus up to between the ages of 12 and 30, after all? Some theories say Jesus stayed in Nazareth, while others say he went to study elsewhere. Locations range from Alexandria, in Egypt, to India. It is possible that Jesus studied with the Jewish mystic group the Essenes, or that he traveled as far as Britain with his uncle Joseph of Arimathea, who was a tin trader. The truth is that there is no solid evidence of any of these hypotheses. Okay, so Adam and Eve were cast out of the Garden of Eden and went on to have babies. But then, for humans to multiply, they had to intermarry, right? After all, there were no other humans around. Not only does it sound wrong, but scientifically speaking, this wouldn't have worked out. We need genetic diversity to thrive as healthy humans. So what gives? Well, one theory says that God either prevented genetic disorders that would likely happen from incestuous relationships, or that, indeed, he created more than 2 humans. Both the Kingdom of Israel and the Kingdom of Judah were formed by 12 tribes of Hebrew people. While there is historical evidence of the tribes of Judah and Benjamin, which formed the Kingdom of Judah and are considered the ancestors of modern Jews, the remaining 10 tribes are not well documented. The tribes were reportedly overtaken by Assyria and exiled from the Kingdom of Israel. But where did they go? Some theories say they traveled to Persia, the Arabian Peninsula, Ethiopia, and even as far as Asia and North America. It is also possible that they merged with other non-Hebraic cultures, and their traditions faded away over the years. Despite all the theories, no one knows for sure what happened to the lost tribes of Israel. It is true that the Great Flood might have happened, though not on a global scale as the Bible mentions. But if Noah's Ark did too, what happened to it? Over the years, numerous theories have emerged and evidence has been found, though none was robust enough or indeed conclusive. One example includes wooden fragments discovered on Turkey's Mount Ararat. Being made of wood, it's very possible that if the ark ever existed, it rotted and disappeared over the years. The Bible says that Enoch, the father of the 969-year-old Methuselah, one of the two witnesses, walked faithfully with God, then he was no more, because God took him away. But what does that mean? Did he die? Did he join God in heaven? According to Kings 2:2, one Elijah, the other witness, who was a prophet, went up by a whirlwind into heaven in a chariot of fire. If indeed this was a description of his death, why did he ascend to heaven? He was a man after all.